The Burt Show.
All right, our producer Romeo here is in that place in life where it almost feels like a double-edged sword, like it's a lose-lose all the way around. You're supposed to live your life. You're young, take chances, right? But you're also being told you need to save money and look at the future. And how do those two things, how can you accomplish both without them sort of crossing each other out?
Right. Yeah. So I just realized that this week is actually my last week of classes, which started making like my anxiety just freaked out because I will be walking on stage in 2 weeks, and then school's over. My student life is done, and so that means I'm going into the working field and trying to chase my dream of acting and directing and producing and being in part of the film industry, and. At the same time, like, you know, I hear it all the time, like, oh, like, you're in your 20s, try things, go out there, like, put yourself out there, explore, don't be afraid to fail. Bert, you tell me this all the time, like, put myself out there and don't be afraid to fail. And I would love to, like, I think I've fallen in love with, like, different things when it comes to producing and the different types of, like, creating content. And I really just want to explore different things. But at the same time, my parents have like put this like financial stability in my head where you have to make sure that you're fine and you're good and invest in a house and make sure you have property or make sure you have like some sort of like money coming in, you know, weekly or bi-weekly or whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. And so I'm in this like place where I'm just like, oh, I would love to just like move out to California and just live in a van and just be in a van life, you know, and like it's all popular on TikTok and everybody's decorating their vans. And then at the same time, I get on TikTok and it's Gary V telling me to like get off my couch and go out there and hustle and just go like Facebook market and like flip things and I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
Dude, there's no game plan for everybody though. Like what fits you? I mean, do you want to go out to California and live in a van, or do you want to save all your money for the future? What is it that Romeo wants to do? Because you got to remember, man, everybody has like your parents are coming from a place where they want things for you, right? Gary V has a platform also for a very specific type of person. And I think we feel like we got to like somehow, some way fit into a lane. But what is it you want?
I don't know. I think I'm just part of me is afraid like to go against kind of like I think my parents they want me to have like stability, right? And they want me to have some sort of like security when it comes to just a job. And then for me it's just like I know the industry that I want to go into, it's hard to get into and it's really difficult and a lot of times you hear about like actors who struggle for years trying to get like one role and trying to chase that. And so I think about like I would love to just go out there and put myself out there and don't be afraid to fail, but at the same time it's just like it almost feels like you're going against what your parents want.
Cassie?
Romeo, you can have the best of both worlds. You're good at editing video, right?
Yeah.
So why not? You don't have to be in a certain location to do that. Open up a freelance company and edit video from your van. You can get traveling Wi-Fi. You can open a Roth IRA, which everyone in your 20s should be doing. Look into it. That's your financial security for the future. There's your income, and you get the van life. Your parents are happy because you feel like you're fulfilling their wishes, and you're happy. Like there's a way to make what you want work and still get a side income coming in.
Mo?
Yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from, and I feel like this is a lot easier said than done, but I feel like, personally, I spent so much of my 20s worried about money and worried about making mistakes and worried about what was next, and, like, I really wish I wouldn't have wasted time doing that, because that's what your 20s are for. Where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be figuring it out. You're supposed to not, have as much as maybe you see somebody else have. Like, that's the time for it. So you really are right where you're supposed to be. You just got to figure out what you want and go for it.
I can tell you this, that 100% of the people that I know that live their life for their parents are 100% miserable. I know that for sure, Davi?
There's always OnlyFans. Easy way to make money.
Whip it out, kid.
Look, I understand where your parents are coming from, man. They came to this country with nothing, had to sneak into the country from El Salvador. So for you, they want security, man. I mean, they risked their lives for you. So you've also told us you're living with that kind of pressure and that kind of guilt also. So you want to make sure that you're honoring them. But I can't think of a better way to honor them with the freedom that you have in this country, man, to pretty much do what it is that you Romeo, want to do.
Yeah, and I think that's like one of the biggest struggles that I have is just really letting go of that pressure that I have from my parents. And, you know, I went to school. I honestly felt like I didn't want to go to school and be there for 4 years, but I did it for them. And I think I'm now struggling to figure out how do I live life for myself and not for them, but still make them proud. And it's very like it's hard.
Yeah.
The Burt Show.